Hello, good evening. Welcome back to Fecal Matters, a podcast where we talk about dumb shit. My name is JLocketv, and this is my friend and owner of the Coney Corner hot dog cart. Welcome back, and hope you guys have had a good week without us. I know I've missed y'all. As usual, a quick introduction. I am JLog. I've been streaming for a few years already. Recently transitioning to podcasting. I was a professional chef in my personal life for a long time, but I've moved on to production because you just don't get paid well enough as a chef. I think that's a real travesty. I'm sure you would agree over here, right? Right, Skittles?
I've got some lag there. I don't know what you just said.
What the fuck, Skittles? How are you getting lag? We're on Discord.
Go ahead and just slap that technical difficulties on me right now.
Jesus Christ, Skittles. We just started. The cast, bro.
Of course, my internet connection has to wait.
I was just talking about the travesty.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. I was just talking about the travesty that it is that like chefs just make so fucking little in a world where their skills are becoming less and less common. Like the average person can't cook. I'm sorry, but that's just facts. And I don't mean cook at our level cook. I mean they literally just can't cook. They're just bad.
You know, I had an experience over this weekend where there's a barbecue guy set up to try to poach some customers. He just set up for the sake of setting up. He didn't have permission to be there or anything.
Oh shit.
But so I messaged my contacts that, hey, did you invite this barbecue guy out? Because I'm just trying to figure out who he is and whether or not he's allowed to be here. I don't know.
Right.
Who he is. Is this a growing thing? Because I'm not fond of people going behind my back and not telling me stuff.
Right. Obviously, if it hurts your business, it hurts you.
Yeah, and it hurts everyone else around us. But I went over there, tried some of his food. Dude gave me this small ass barbecue sandwich. It tasted good, but it's not $10 good.
Oof. Did it come with fries or anything at least?
No.
So it came with a butt fucking, is what I'm hearing.
It's basically a sloppy Joe, like a smoked sloppy Joe.
I need to add that. That needs to be a clip. That needs to be a clip for this channel. Would you like to sign up for a butt fucking? A what? When you trade in these games and we give you a butt fucking in return.
In exchange for 100 games and 2 consoles, we can give you $12 in store credit.
Literally though, did you not see that video?
I have seen that video.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's so funny to me every time I watch that. I still go back and watch that video on a regular basis. So, anyways, sorry, we kind of got sidetracked there. Skittles, why don't you go ahead and reintroduce yourself again for this week's cast?
So I'm Skittles. I am the owner and operator of the Coney Cart. I am the president of the Hot Wiener Club, and I have some really solid merch.
Now, Scott,
with good t-shirts.
Real quick, you said Coney Cart, and I keep having to tell you this, but there is quite literally a Coney Cart LLC. You cannot say Coney Cart.
Okay.
You are the Coney Corner. It does matter. Let's not slander while we're live.
I'm the owner of the Coney Corner.
Let's not slander while we're live. For all we know, you're inferior. We don't know for sure because the other one's in Virginia.
I'm just saying I have the hottest wiener in Fort Worth. So
because I legitimately tried to look up the Coney Cart, and I was like, wait, this isn't Skittles. Who the fuck is this? He's somewhere in Virginia or some shit. I can't remember exactly where it was, but I was like,
that's Virginia.
I was like, that's not who I was talking about. Okay then, fucker. So yeah.
But anyway,
So a little about my day, because I've had a fucking doozy of a day, let me tell you. So you may or may not have noticed this when my hand came up in front of the camera. I fractured my middle finger today at work. That's why I was on the phone earlier when we were getting organized for this, is I was trying to find out if they're letting me go to work tomorrow, which they are not. So I'm down for 6 weeks. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't think I've never had L&I before.
This is why you don't flip the bird at your machines. They'll just crunch up your finger.
I didn't flip off my machine. Let's start the right way here. What actually happened?
Yeah, don't flip off your boss.
I didn't do that either. So what actually happened?
The Irish mob.
What actually happened, and I'm not going to go out of my way to slander, but basically, a pipe did a thing a pipe is not supposed to do, And then when I released it and I was trying to lift up one end of the pipe, the other end of the pipe came loose from where it was supposed to be and created fulcrum, and literally the pipe whipped around and hit my finger. I've had these pipes try to do stupid shit to me before, never gotten injured. This one was special. And I didn't know this until we got done with x-rays and the doctor had reviewed the x-rays. Because I was bleeding profusely. I had a cut on the bottom of my finger, a cut on the top of my finger. I was like, what the fuck happened? I hurt. I knew I was injured, but I didn't know how bad it was going to be. I just knew it was just a finger injury. So if I wasn't hemorrhaging, I was alive, right? But the doctor says that what he thinks happens is a piece of metal came loose on the pipe. And when it swung so fast and so hard that it actually shot the metal straight through the bone of my fucking fingertip and out the bottom of my finger. It's part way. It slowed down enough by the time it got there that it was sticking out the bottom, and you had to actually like use forceps to pull that shit out of my finger.
That doesn't sound like it was pleasant.
It was pretty unpleasant. Yeah, I was bleeding real bad. There's blood all over my work clothes from today. Well, there was. They've been washed now, so. But yeah, it was an experience. Yeah, it was an experience, and I was like, "Hey doc, I'd like to just be put on light duty. I'd like to go back to work." And
Like,
he
no,
was like, "Sure,
you're
I
on
can."
morphine.
No, he said, "Sure, I can do that for you." And he set me up the paperwork. He says, if your bosses decide not to, just remember you'll have to make an adjustment to your claim. And I was like, okay, I don't like where this is going, but okay. So yeah, I'm on L&I for the next 6 weeks.
Now, see, when you were just talking about how the pipes are doing certain things that pipes are supposed to do and pipes what they're not supposed to do, it all just sounded like one giant euphemism to me.
Why would you make that a euphemism, Skittles? That's just a
I
weird
don't know.
That's just a
We
weird
had this
direction
really
to go.
weird special pipe. It came out, and then the fulcrum of it, and the leverage, and then it just like hit my hand, and
That's a weird direction you went there, Skittles.
I don't
Why did
know.
you have to make it
Well,
weird?
it is Tuesday, and I'm the king of sus, so there's that.
This is a 100% reasonable attribute. Yeah, so yeah, no, my finger's fractured, and the nurse and the safety officer at work said, "No, don't you dare come in tomorrow. You stay home until this finger is fully healed." You know the worst part is, truly, look what finger it is.
Oh, I know.
It's on my fucking right hand.
No, sorry, I'm not actually flipping you off. I just need
That's not the
groceries.
issue. What do I like to do with my spare time?
Drink.
Okay, dickhead. You know damn well that's not what I was saying. But really, what do I like to do with my spare time?
You love to game.
I love to game.
You know I'm funny.
I can't right click. I can't right click. And you know the worst part? Because I just brought this up to you. I was so excited for fucking League of Legends Arena to open again.
Yeah.
I can't play that shit without my middle finger.
Look, you can use your ring finger. You can learn how to use your ring finger for a little bit.
My dude.
Look, I'm just saying, it works.
No, it doesn't. Look, there's bandaging and a fucking splint in the way. I can't
Sounds
reach
like a
through.
skill issue, David.
You're a fucking skill issue, you son of a bitch. Listen, this is bullshit. I was really excited. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna play Baldur's Gate. Like, that's easy enough. I can still use a controller and play Dead Cells. That doesn't require my middle finger. But like, god damn it, bro. Fucking hell, bro. I was like, damn, L&I sucks. Because I'm gonna be bored out of my fucking mind. I can't do dishes because I can't use my right hand in the water. So I can't just clean. I can't work for my parents because, yeah, that's broken. So I can't do shit.
Well, it's a
My
good
wife
thing
is
you got a
bitching
wife.
about how she's not getting laid.
Well, I mean, you don't need your right hand for that.
You ain't a very good partner. If you don't think you need your hands for getting laid, you're not a very good partner.
No. I know you need your hands. I'm just saying you don't need your right hand.
What makes you think my left dexterity is anywhere close enough to please a woman? Hmm?
Sounds like a skill issue, David.
We at Fecal Matters would like to remind you that this is not a podcast for children. We talk about a lot of dumb shit on here at Fecal Matters, and really, that's just not the place to be. So if you're under 18, I do ask you to kindly fuck off. If you're 16, just don't tell me about it. Anyways, so yeah, so it's kind of bullshit. But on the bright side, I can tell everybody about my owie now. Fuck off. All right.
So you're telling me you're not going to make me shepherd's pie next week?
We are still going to make shepherd's pie. You're just going to have to do all the finesse. There's not a damn thing I can do about it.
Oh, man. Here I was looking forward to a lot of things.
Fecal Matters presents Cooking Shit is still happening. Yeah, that's right. You like that name. You're like, damn it. That's good. That's solid, though. Yeah, solid, like my fucking hand. I'm so mad. Dude, even like on my way there, like, so naturally, like, I'm sure you've cut yourself before, so you know exactly what I'm about to talk about.
Absolutely.
Like a bad cut. Not like a little nick, but like a bad cut. You've done that one. Because you took your whole fingertip off that one time.
Yep.
And the first thing your body does, even though you are mentally like, okay, like this shit just happened, I need to deal with it, your body goes, and your brain freaks out and it starts releasing cortisol, and then you have a little bit of a shock moment and you're fucking cold sweating. So here I am in the fucking factory getting ready to go down to get this fucking thing dealt with at the nurse's office, and all I'm doing is like sweating profusely like I've just been fucking lifting for the last 3 hours. And I get down there, they're like, are you good? I was like, honestly, mentally, yeah, I'm fine. I just need to deal with this before I bleed everywhere. And they're like, are you sure should we get you an ambulance? No, I don't need an ambulance. I will drive myself. At least as far as home. For a minute. I just need a minute to let my body chill the fuck out because it's doing its stupid shit that it does when it protects itself. It's in shock
right now.
Yeah. They're like, are you okay? I was like, oh, God, people are so empathetic and I love it, but I hate it all the time because I'm like...
I'm injured.
Yes, my body hurts. I need a moment to let this relax. Can you clean the wound? Can you check if it's broken? It's broken. It's fucking fractured. I've got all the x-rays and paperwork for that. And it was just like, oh, God, you guys are so wonderful, helpful people that are just completely useless to me in this exact moment. And they are. Like, I love the nurse. I really do. And the safety lady's super, super chill. She's my friend. I go in there and I visit with her and just talk about our lives and shit every once in a while. And so, like, I'm tight with these people, but, like, it was just, like, they care so much that it's, like, I need you to care just enough less to get me the paperwork so I can get to the fucking ER. Can you just care a little less for a moment? just get the fucking bandaging on there so I can go to the fucking ER.
You know, when they asked what happened, did you tell them that I tried to finger the machine?
God damn it. No, I didn't say I fingered the machine. It was it's a fucking workplace incident. I just reset the fucking counter back to 0. 0 days without incident. That's where we're at right now, and it's my fucking fault. Kinda, mostly.
It's all your fault, Krillin. This is why you don't finger an android. Machine.
God damn it. Fucking hate you.
I got all the jokes.
You know, and here's the real irony of it, dude. I work on the cutter deck. I work with spinning knives and spinning fucking carousels full of knives and big old blocks made of knives. Guess what cut me?
A pipe.
A goddamn pipe. And I cannot mentally wrap my head around the fact that I just fucking hurt myself with a pipe. The least dangerous thing there in many degrees.
You fingered the wrong pipe, David.
Well, you know, that's the thing. It's funny that I'm the one that's about to say this because it's something you've heard me say this. You've personally heard me say this before. You should never assume that the safest object in the room is the least likely to hurt you. You should treat everything like it's made of fucking sharp objects. And normally I do, I swear to God. And this is how I got hurt, was thinking, yeah, this has got a safety mechanism on the other side that'll keep it from doing anything stupid. So all I need to do is lift up this one end, look down the tube, and oh, fuck, there goes the pipe. Literally, it rolled off its safety device. which it shouldn't be able to do. This is something that's coming up in safety meetings now. But it shouldn't be able to do that. So it rolled off the end of the pipe, whipped my end of the pipe around, and hit me.
This safety meeting is brought to you by David.
Dumbass.
Because he couldn't help from fingering the machine.
I didn't finger a machine. What is wrong with you?
I'm just taking the joke way too far.
God. You just keep on with it, too. So, that's enough of my rant. By the way, as I just said, plan ahead. Be safe. Workplaces can get dangerous. Never in my life thought I was going to get hurt by a pipe.
This is why the warehouse workers are allowed to swear and talk shit.
No shit. Well, and the funny thing is, though, the funny thing about it is, in a very serious way, the reason I did what I was doing was to prevent a risk of injury. Those pipes can be pretty heavy. They're covered in water and starch, and they're slippery. And the last thing I want to do is pick up the whole weight of the pipe and end up risking, like, my back or my shoulders. Right? Like, I was just trying to prevent an unnecessarily heavy lift. In practice, that's a good idea. In this moment, if the safety piece on the other end that's supposed to keep it from moving around isn't working correctly, you end up with a shattered finger.
Yeah.
Well, fuck me, apparently. Well, and that's what I even my safety lady was talking with me about it. She's like, in reality, it's really our fault. Like, we definitely need to make sure that you're taken care of on this. This isn't something she says, because she talked to my coworker that works up there with me, and she talked to him, and he was like, David didn't really do anything wrong, just things fell that shouldn't have fallen. So it's like, I'm completely clear of blame, but at the end of the day, I could have taken the whole, and that's where it hurts my feelings the most. I think mentally I knew better before I lifted the end of that pipe. I think I should have picked up that whole pipe and taken it off. But in theory, that's not what I'm supposed to do, and that's not what I should have had to do. So, feels fucking bad. Feels like I made a mistake, but somehow at the same time, I technically didn't make any mistakes. Yeah, I don't know. It feels ridiculous, but that's just
hopefully you get some good workers' comp.
So, on to brighter, happier topics. I know you're a Legend of Zelda fan. I'm a Legend of Zelda fan. A lot of people that watch this channel are probably Legend of Zelda fans, and realistically, I fucking love Zelda. I love Legend of Zelda. And I am so excited that literally a few days ago, like a week ago maybe, like right after this podcast, I swear to God, all the cool shit happens right after we end the podcast going into the next day. And it's like, we're not going to be able to talk about that shit for like a week. But the creator of Legend of Zelda, one of the directors that works super, super hard on it, said they're actually making a Legend of Zelda movie. I'm really, really stoked about that.
That's going to be dope. That's going to be awesome.
I think it's cool. I think dope and cool and awesome are all good adjectives, but I will be honest. I'm also really, really, really full of trepidation in regards to it. Because anything could go wrong with a live action film. Anything. I mean, look at The Witcher, right? Look at The Witcher.
Yeah.
Henry Cavill should have never not been The Witcher, but then in the last season it got really weird, and they took it in a different direction with the writing, and they took everything away from The Witcher and made it about a little girl that was somehow a Witcher prodigy, but technically women can't be Witchers. That's part of the story. Like, they just fucking killed it and made weird headcanon out of it for no reason.
I'm not familiar with what happened, but it was a just kind of a equality kind of thing, like a representation kind of deal, or
yeah. So like the little girl that's like supposed to be able to like bridge between two worlds, sort of thing. I know you probably haven't watched it, but she basically ends up becoming the source of destruction, and man, it doesn't make sense though. It doesn't make sense, though, because, like, I mean, I haven't played the Witcher games, but even as I was watching it, I was like, I don't see any female witchers, so why is she there? And even in the fucking show, they're like, females can't be witchers. It's just never a thing. It doesn't work that way. Their bodies can't handle it. Blah 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 blah. So it's like it started converting into this kind of girl power thing, and it's like, why? Why are you doing that? Why can't you just tell a good story? I'm not
Tell the
against
story
it.
that we already know is there, and we
Right.
already
I'm
know
I'm I'm not
exists.
against girl power. I'm just saying that if you want to adapt a video game or a franchise to a fucking live action or a movie, stick to the fucking plot.
Oh, and if
Nobody
you
asked
are,
for your weird shit. Stick to it.
and, and then if you are going to go off on some weird sidetrack tangent story, bring it back and tie it in with the actual main story to where it's actually it has a certain degree of continuity, and it doesn't just fall flat on its face.
Right,
It needs to
exactly.
actually make sense.
And so, in the pursuit of that idea, I've been reading a lot of different articles from people talking about these are the things to avoid, or these are the things that are going to make it difficult for Legend of Zelda fans to appreciate the movie. And one of the biggest things they talk about, is that Link doesn't really have a lot of voice lines. Okay, yeah, no, 100% I agree. That's absolutely accurate. So, two things that whoever plays Link has to have. Has to actually kind of look like Link. I don't care if they're blonde or not. That can all be fixed in process and makeup and whatever. I think they have to have kind of an elfish face. I think that's fair. I think they have to have
Yeah.
kind of an elfish face. So, you know who would be really good for is literally the guy that played Legolas. How good would
Yeah.
that be?
Yeah.
But
He would work well. I saw a pic, in when I
Tom
was
Holland, I've been
looking at
seeing a
his.
lot.
Tom Holland would be a good one too.
So
I was
here's
trying. I don't. Here's the thing about Tom Holland. I don't think he's. I don't think he's a large enough person to be an adult Link.
you are incorrect.
I
Prepare
don't
to
know.
have your feelings hurt. How tall is Link?
A big muscular wise. I'm talking muscular wise, not
Nope,
not
Link didn't have a
necessarily
lot of
height.
muscle. Always was small. How tall is
I don't know.
Link canonically? From Zelda universe, which I would argue is like the epitome. Okay, hold on, bringing up the big screen. Link on average is roughly 5'2". Link is a short king, my dude. Link is literally a short king.
That's adult Link, right?
That is adult Link. Look at him. This is Link in Breath of the Wild standing up to a normal sized adult. Link is tiny. He's damn near a foot shorter than this dude. Link is tiny.
Yeah.
Link has
All right.
canonically never been large. Hell, in the original games, he's estimated to be about 3'5". He's a freaking dwarf. You got to keep in mind that from a canonical point of view, Link has always been a little bit elfish. Link comes from Fey people. He's small. He's tiny. He's never been big. He's never had normal facial structure and normal facial features. He's always been a smaller character.
Yeah.
So that's
All right.
that's one of those things. I actually kind of agree in one way that Tom Holland's a good choice because he's short. He's actually got the right build. Another thing I was thinking that would be really interesting. Hear me out. I saw somebody suggesting Zelda as Emma Watson. I disagree. I think Link could be Emma Watson.
Who?
Emma Watson? Am I
Oh,
thinking
you
of the
mean
wrong?
Emma Watson as Link?
As Link. I think a female actor as Link would not be that far out of turn. With the exception of one thing. One thing that's really important here. Hear me out. Hear me out. The other thing. So first of all, you have to have an elfish face. That's where I think a female character is a little bit better. Elves have always been a lot more effeminate. Or a female actor. The only problem with that theory is two. There is one sound that Link makes canonically in every game. They have to have a good fucking grunt.
Yep.
I'm sorry, but it's just not Legend of Zelda without Link sitting there and grunting and groaning the whole time he does everything. It just isn't. That's just facts. It's gotta be. It's gotta be a thing. I will not be
Yeah,
satisfied with a Link that does not make a bunch of weird grunty noises and really good hearty ones.
you know who I think should be Zelda though
Who?
is Jennifer Morrison.
Jennifer Morrison. I don't think I know who that's gonna be.
Well,
Jennifer.
you'll recognize her when you see her. Well, I think she'd be an excellent Zelda
Jennifer
because she's
Morrison. Oh, her. Maybe. She seems to have like too hard of features, don't you think?
no, I don't think so. And like, here's the thing, she's you know, I think because here's the thing, Zelda has to portray herself as being chic as well. So I think she could pull that off.
Well, that's assuming that we're going to use that timeline. So that's the
Well,
thing.
again, we don't know what timeline we're talking about
Right,
here.
right.
All it is that it's the Legend of Zelda timeline.
I will also say this. I will also say this. This is going to piss off Japanese fans of Legend of Zelda when I say this. I don't want anybody to play Tingle. I just don't want Tingle to exist in the movie. I'm
I don't even
sorry.
know who Tingle is.
You don't know who Tingle is? Oh, you know who Tingle
Okay, look,
is.
look. The only games I played for Legend of Zelda was Rod of Ages, um, no, the Oracle of Ages, Oracle of Seasons.
My brother, it's this
Uh,
little bastard.
yeah.
That's Tingle. I don't want him to exist. I just don't even want him to exist, man.
Then I played, of course, Ocarina of Time, which is one that pretty much everyone and their mother has played.
Okay.
I've played Majora's Mask, and that's it. I haven't played any other ones. I don't have a
Mm,
Switch. I don't have the Wii. I got nothing. So I haven't played any of the newer ones.
I'm just saying, in a Legend of Zelda live action, so Tingle is like really popular in Japan. God damn it, there's a whole fucking Tears of the Kingdom has a Tingle set, and that's upsetting to look at.
But
I think Tingle is just weird. He's this kind of weird, floaty little pervy dude that's just appears at random, and he's just weird. I'm sorry, there's no other way to put it. Ironically, my first introduction to Tingle, correct me if I'm wrong, was in the Pokemon trading card game. I could be wrong. Let me see. Tingle's trading cards? That's not it. That I don't even want to look at that. TCG video game. I swear to God, yeah. I swear to God, you fight Tingle in the Pokemon trading card game. Which I think actually, that's pretty cool news too, is I think they actually added this to if you've never played the Pokemon trading card game and you have a Switch, I'm pretty sure they just added it to the Switch Online like Game Boy Color setup, which is really cool, and I've been trying not to play it. But you know, I'm freed up right now, so maybe I'll get around to it.
okay, I got a couple other actors for the live action,
Okay, let me hear
which
it.
which you might agree with one of them. I'm not sure, but for Ganondorf, I was thinking Idris Elba.
You know, I think that's a really common one I've seen too.
I think Idris Elba would be a fantastic Ganondorf.
Idris Elba would probably be pretty good. Ironically, I think a younger Morgan Freeman would have made for an amazing villain.
Uh, I think Morgan Freeman, if he, because here's the thing, Morgan Freeman can do evil roles, but
He's
he doesn't
so
have
good at evil
he,
roles. If you've never
but he
seen him in
doesn't,
an evil role,
but he, I know I have seen him in an evil role, but I don't think he would be Ganondorf kind of evil.
you don't think so?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I can't see that. Um, as far then my the other um character that I got two actresses for this one. For Malin, I was thinking either Emma Stone or Zoe Deschanel.
Marin.
For Marin or Malin or Marin. Yeah, Marin. I don't know.
And
I
that,
said Malin.
well, again, the problem with that is we're making a very broad assumption that we're going to end up um with a Ocarina of Time.
Well, no, I mean Marin's in multiple different games though.
Hmm. Well, I think one of the big things we got to keep in mind too, though, is as far as actors or as far as Link goes in particular, one of the things that I think everybody's been talking about that I think is really important to consider is that since Link doesn't have a lot of voice lines, they're like, well, how are you going to create his character? I don't think that most of the people that are talking about this movie have considered the fact that there is an entire series of manga, well
Yeah,
written Legend of Zelda manga, to be used as source material.
and there's already like animated series where Link does actually talk. Like it's not unheard of to have Link talk.
Oh, I got one for you. Well, hello, princess. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, well, yeah. So it's a. I think it's from the 80s or something. It's
Dude, it's really
old.
bad.
It is old. It's terrible. It's
It's really
awful.
bad.
It's worse than the anime.
Yeah.
Actually, like the actual anime, not the movie. And then there was like also a Mega Man anime, which was also just really bad.
Yeah. Well, it's because a lot of them weren't actually anime. They were just studio creations trying to maximize on the popularity of certain franchises, and
Well, but it
it
was
just
also
wasn't
before
it,
they
you know.
decided to like make all the anime characters look like cats. So it was like they tried to make a realistic human face inside of Mega Man,
You
and they just
really
ended up looking super
you really
creepy.
had to bring up the theory that the reason why characters are attractive is because
They look like cats.
we're all secretly furries. Okay, buddy. Okay, you're
No,
in
no, no. I
fucking
mean,
timeout,
you
you
said
know.
it, not me. I'm just
You're
saying.
in fucking timeout now, you know. Jesus
Well, you gonna
Christ.
throw a conspiracy theorist label on my thing there, or what?
Conspiracist. No, we're not gonna do that. But Jesus, bro, that's something else that you just went there. Holy fuck.
I mean, what would be funny is making Dwayne the Rock Johnson one of the Gorons, like the big.
Why do I not hate that? No, you know who would make the best Big Goron? Like if we're talking like Big Goron sword, Big Goron.
Is it what's the dude's name? Why can't I think of his name right now? Guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, short
No,
fat dude.
so much better.
Drop my Magnum condoms for my Magnum dong.
Dong. Yeah, no, not him. I know what you're saying, but no, not him. No, you know who I'm thinking though?
Let's
Gabriel
see.
Iglesias.
Yep, I could see it.
Gabriel Iglesias as the Big Goron that makes the Big Goron sword, or the Goron knife as he thinks of it.
No, just like have him
That
as
would
the
be
actual big brother
fucking
that swears a
epic.
pact to that swears the pact to Link and just like I'm just assuming it's Ocarina of Time timeline just for the hell of it. But
That's got to be your favorite game then.
it's the one that I know.
It's the one you know the best.
It's
Say,
the one
don't
that I
get me
know the
wrong, it's
best.
wildly popular. Personally, I think Wind Waker is the better game.
But I'm just saying, like, getting to see Gabriel Iglesias dance like a lunatic would be hilarious.
I think he would die on set. I just feel like
He's
he
actually
just immediately have heart failure.
he's actually much skinnier now than
I
he
know he's
was.
lost about 100 pounds. I was seeing that the other day. I was
So
watching something of his.
yeah, no, it's pretty good. But like, I just honestly, I would go back multiple times just to play that song and make him dance, just because it's funny. It's hilarious.
You're wrong, man. You're wrong for that. You need to play more Legend of Zelda then.
I know I need to play more Legend of Zelda.
You need to get a Switch.
I I, I would like to get a Switch.
Get a Nintendo
Uh,
Switch.
I will get one eventually.
Okay, hear me out. Here's why you need to get a Nintendo Switch. Because Legend of Zelda's on it. Because Super Nintendo Legend of Zelda's on it.
Super
Because
Smash
Oracle
Bros.
of Time is on it. Because Oracle of Seasons is on it. because I don't think the N64 Zelda's on it, so I'm not going to talk out of my ass on that one.
Look, I actually have the N64 and the two games for N64. I have Majora's Mask and I have Ocarina of Time.
I'm just saying that you have access to all those and more.
Yeah.
Plus, there's Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I'm not sure if they did Wind Waker for Switch. I don't think they did. I think you're actually
I mean,
fucked on that.
hang on.
I'm pretty sure you're actually fucked on that. I think you have to do that some
It
other
is
way.
Wind Waker on Switch.
Because I know I played it on Wii U after they remastered it. They also
The
did
Wind
Twilight
Waker,
Princess on Wii U.
yeah, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are not on Switch.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But like, that's what I'm saying. Getting a Switch will get you most of the Legend of Zelda library, including the weird like offshoot Zelda DX for the Game Boy Color. I'm just saying. I'm just.
Oh no! Look. I would love to. I would love to get a Switch. I'm just not currently looking for video game consoles to buy because I don't really have time to invest in it right now.
Have you considered having a fucking life?
Yeah, no. Right now, my hot dog stand is what's powering my life and my future at the moment. So there is that.
Never gonna meet a woman, never goes anywhere and does anything besides play with his wieners.
I do meet women. I offer them my wiener.
God damn it. I mean, it seems to be working for some of these guys on the internet. That's one of those things that really pisses me off is these guys that do like video game content, or not video game content, but like live content, like shorts and stuff of them going out and just randomly picking up girls. First of all, the guys that are doing it, generally speaking, pretty damn attractive. Second of all, even if the girls didn't see the camera, because they're probably using long distance lenses and shit, like they know what they're doing. They know how to hide the camera pretty well. The big thing is these men, they're decent looking men. And they've probably shot 200 videos before they got one proving that you could pick up chicks if you just walk up and say hi.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it's legitimately just a numbers game.
It's such a disillusion. Like they're basically selling the idea to young men that just walk up and ask, and half the time you'll get the number. No, like 1 in 100 times you'll get the fucking number.
Oh, it depends on how attractive you are. Like if you're not that attractive, like if it's you walking around Toronto asking for chicks' numbers,
and it's something
probably get.
Yeah, it's something I've talked about before, but like back when I was younger, I was not much more attractive younger than I am now. Trust, guys. Like I was never fucking pretty. I've always been an ugly fucker. Like the key is I was really, really good at making people laugh. Really fucking good at making women laugh. And I'm masculine as shit. Between being able to make them laugh and just being a man, that's all it took when I was younger. These girls these days with their weird expectations and checking your fucking paycheck to see if you're worthy of their time, like, nah, fuck all that. I don't want any part of that shit. That's so fucking boring to me.
Yeah, really have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that list of where guys are not allowed to take you on the first date?
Dude, I saw that. Brett Cooper was talking about that on her channel the other day.
And it's just this gigantic ass list that's just it's all these.
Yeah,
it's like,
I was
so
blown away.
Like, look, if I can make you, if I can cook you like an amazing meal,
right?
Why not?
Right, like what the fuck?
If I have something that's legitimately cool to do, like one of my first dates is I get 2 bags of oats and I go out to the duck park, feed the ducks. It's really like it's out in public. I don't know what you're playing.
Don't worry about
it. It's out in public. It's one of the safest dates you could ever have. But apparently that's too boring for a lot of these women because it's not me dumping.
All right. Here we go.
On them.
Watch this shit. Hold on. I'm doing it wrong. Go to the video view. It's fine.
All the places that females say should not be a first date place.
A bitch like me.
Thank you for coming up with this whole list, because this is a whole list I could send to my nigga of all the places that we can go to. Like, take me to here, and here, sweetie. Just thank you. Perfect list. So y'all know how this list been going viral on Twitter of like all the places that females say should not be a first date.
Hold
Yeah.
on. Let me find the original because that wasn't it. That wasn't it. This is
Looking
absurd.
for-
Hold on.
Look, cheesecake fat. Like personally, food dates on a first date, not my go-to. Like if I'm gonna make you any food, you got to come to my house, and then that could be the foodie first date, whatever.
I'm just saying
But
though,
I'm not taking anybody anywhere
since when do women not like Cheesecake Factory?
on a first date. We're
On a
talking
first date, who? I don't care. It's my money, right? I'm spending it. Like I thought I was
Look,
spending the money.
Look, David. If you want to take a woman on out to Cheesecake Factory on the first date,
I mean,
more
I
power
don't
to
like
you.
going to Cheesecake Factory because I'm a bougie motherfucker, but still.
But look, I'm just saying I could if someone was to offer to take me to Cheesecake Factory, I wouldn't say no.
Well, and what's really funny to me is the way I've always sealed the deal. And God, you fucking know this. You watched my dating life when we first met. I sealed the deal. I'd get him over to my house and I'd make him food. That wasn't even when I was good at cooking. That's when I was okay at cooking. I was still learning shit, bro. I was making like the greasiest pasta ever. I did not know what a fucking bechamel was. I was doing shit out of cans, bro. You know what the difference was? They appreciated they didn't have to cook. They appreciated that I put food in front of them, and not like a little bit of food. I put food on their plate that would make them fucking chubby if they ate the whole damn thing. That's how you're supposed to feed people. That's how you're supposed to try to impress a woman. And now these women got some weird fucking standards. Not like good standards, either, like weird standards. Somebody makes the effort to put a fucking meal in front of you, minimum you say thank you. Minimum.
No, I've had the experience where I made food for somebody, then they took the food back into their apartment and they said
shut
thanks.
the door.
They
Yeah.
shut the door. I'm like, you bitch.
I remember when that happened to you, dude. I really do. Oh man.
It took a lot. I had to hold my tongue. Like
sure.
Well, that's just like part of the deal with living in BYU approved housing with 5 other dudes. You know, sure it's cheap rent, but like, you know, there's certain rules you got to follow. But yeah, no, I would never. I'm never gonna move back to Utah. Utah was an absolute shithole. Like, here's the thing: the terrain, beautiful. Like a lot of the infrastructure there, incredible. It's great. The people there suck ass. Figuratively, not literally. Figuratively.
I mean, they'd probably be better people if they actually did it literally, you know?
Look, if half of them could take themselves seriously, then sure. Like, there's like a part of them that they just take themselves way too seriously. It's just this weird ass expectation, and I don't really want to dive down this rabbit hole right now.
No, I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
I'm not trying to rail against the church that I go to, but shit.
I mean, you did that, you already did that publicly, so there's that.
So anyway,
you didn't do no. We're gonna definitely say this one. Not only did you actually do that publicly, you did that on your Facebook, and you basically fucking tagged all the hoes. Because I remember you feeling like you were proud of it, and I was just like, bro, they ain't even gonna fucking bother with your ass anymore. Like, what the fuck were you thinking? You're like, what? I was like, bro, you just made public record saying that all the women in your church are bitches.
No.
Doesn't matter how you translate it. No. It's how they translate it, motherfucker.
Okay, sure. That's how they translated it.
And that's all that matters.
But what I said was my particular experience with dating in the church has been utter dog shit.
Yeah.
Which is true.
Which is a correlative properly to bitches suck.
I get treated so much better by women outside the church than women inside the church.
Well, no shit.
Yeah.
They have less standards, for one.
Of course they have less standards, but like it's not the same thing.
That took you entirely too long to break the shock of me giving you hell. But anyways.
Anyway. You know.
Oh man.
Let's wind it back. Let's wind it back, you know. But here's the thing. As much as I love live action stuff, I love anime stuff. I love anime way better than live action. So I mean, so if you were to pick a Legend of Zelda story to turn into an anime, which one would you pick?
That's a good idea. The thing is, I feel like if we're looking for a straightforward cohesion, I feel like Breath of the Wild makes the most sense. It's already got flashbacks built in. So we've got flashbacks. That's an anime trope we absolutely could hit. It's open world exploration, so the hero's kind of trying to find the things he needs to, get Ganon under control. I mean, there's definitely he makes a lot of friends along the way. He encounters different cults and groups. Like Breath of the Wild kind of fits that, right? Whereas, for example, one of my favorite Legend of Zelda game of all time currently is still Wind Waker. I fucking love Wind Waker, man. That game was fun. It was quirky. The movement was fun. The sword play was super stylish and in depth if you kind of got to know it. But I was thinking about it. I was like, would I want to make Legend of Zelda Wind Waker an anime? I don't think I could. Because you know what it would really be? A worse One Piece. It's a lot of going from one island to the next with a boat, trying to find sacred objects to help you take down Ganon at the final island that you can't even find until you have everything you need because it won't let you in there. It's literally One Piece. And I was just like, fuck. So it's definitely not Wind Waker. We don't need lawsuits. It's literally One Piece minus a full crew.
The story that I would pick would be Majora's Mask, just because that would be an incredible action / horror style.
I was gonna
anime.
say I feel like it would be mostly horror, huh?
Because you got 3 days, but you can turn back time. So each new episode is just like trying to explore, and I can imagine Link waking up in cold sweats, with
realizing the moon is
glaring.
crashing down on him. Yeah, okay.
And they're just but reclaiming the dead as a mask.
Yeah.
That is terrifying. Aliens coming down and abducting cows, that would be a hilarious episode. Frankly,
I feel like that would be one of those things that's technically canon to the game, but not necessarily like cohesive to a plot, though. I feel like it would kind of drag from it a little bit.
I mean, it's just like he goes to Malon's ranch to stay the night, whatever, because she asked him for help, and he goes there, and it's like, oh, there are aliens, and he just goes crazy shooting them down.
Huh.
I think that would be a funny episode.
Maybe.
But the whole idea of just like taking the dead of various different races and turning them into masks, and then wearing those masks and taking those identities, that in and of itself would make it a horror.
And then him accessing the dark deity at the end.
And then they can sure, the transformations, they can make those a lot more grotesque in an animated fashion. That would be, yeah.
I would think Twilight Princess along the same lines, for the same reasons. Him constantly transforming into a wolf and being stuck in wolf form till he can root out the cause of the corruption and take control of it so that he can go back to his human form and then do the dungeon. Huh. I think that's part of the problem with making an animated series, and this is what makes me not an artist and why artists get to exist in this world, is I just feel like when you want to take something that's that in depth and dissolve it from being just a story, it's so much easier to make a video game out of an anime than it is to make an anime out of a video game. Because the video game is supposed to be you interacting, playing the game, doing the thing. And because of the nature of Link and Legend of Zelda, you don't have as many, social interactions with Link himself. He just kind of exists in the world, and the world exists to serve the story.
Yeah. And it's just, it's like trying to take a river and turn it back into a stream. It's difficult. It can be done, but it's not easy.
Right.
But I'm just picturing, Majora's Mask is one that I think could easily be turned into an anime, just because of you have so many options available to you to like how you could structure it, because it's all these individual tiny stories that are all linked into one giant story, and so you have this climax at the end of this is this is what it is.
Right.
But then you have but then you can have flashbacks back into Ocarina of Time because he does. So because that's what where that story stems off from.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I could see it. Interesting. Now that's in my head. I'm hoping somebody that actually watches this podcast is skilled enough of an animator to end up making any of this ever happen, because that'd be sick. So, speaking of animation, speaking of things that are important, Berserk. Berserk is a very, very dark story about demons and cursed people, and like the demons trying to basically screw everything up for everybody all the time. And that's like a really bad paraphrase of it. That would literally make top list of a Reddit explain something poorly. But because it's a very big story, but when they released the newer version of the anime covering things from his the Black Swordsman arc before all the way up to where he gets the Berserker's armor, they did a lot of CG, like bad CG. I'm gonna go ahead and pull some up actually. Berserk anime CGI. Here you go. I'm gonna show you guys this. So I want you guys to see this shit. Look at this, not a godsend.
Wait till you see the. No.
It's so bad, bro.
Why does it look like Ruby?
Dude, it's so bad. It's so plasticky.
Tried it.
Like, it's so plasticky. It looks so bad. But there's a fan studio that just started not that long ago named Studio Eclipse. And as far as I've understood, they've got the blessing of the Berserk mangaka that's taken over the project since, rest his name, the original died. The original mangaka is dead. So, but this studio has started making it, and even just this little 30-second trailer, I mean,
That thing looks creepy.
it is creepy. I mean, it's probably only 30 frames, but even those 30 frames look better. And the music? Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be living for this anime. And then here's the old version from 97. Oh wait, this isn't actually it, is it? What is this on? Arc? No. Give me the actual one. Give me the real one.
Look at this dude.
Look at this dude. This is the original. Which, don't tell everybody that you can watch the whole original. This is what it looked like. Of course.
Fair use, something.
Which, by the way, actually in the English voice acting, not bad. But I'm just saying, tell me that this older animation style from 1997 doesn't look... I mean, it's not even an HD format. This is still Square TV bullshit. Tell me this doesn't look immaculate by comparison. Even the fighting, which is like, they toned it down a lot, right? Because again, it was 97. You couldn't have a bunch of cartoons with violence back then. And no matter how American, or no matter how you are, Americans had weird opinions on anime and cartoons. This is guts. Look at this motherfucker. Oh my god. This man shows up looking like a whole ass op the second he enters the room. And then just starts auto crossbowing everybody in the fucking face and neck. I love this shit so much. I love this shit so much.
Do
By
you
the
know
way-
who we are? Immediately dies.
Yeah. If you have never watched the original 1997 release of Berserk, which covers this is the opening of the Black Swordsman arc, kinda. It's like somewhere in the middle or beginning of it. Like it's one of the first major battles he does after the grand fallout from the God Hand. But if you've never watched the original 97 Golden Age arc anime, the original, not the shit that's on Netflix. Don't watch the dumb shit that's on Netflix. It's the same CGI bullshit that ruined the fucking Black Swordsman arc. But if you've never watched this one, you should. This was incredible. From beginning to end, I felt such a roller coaster of emotions right down to my little autistic heart. And you've really got to watch it. Like, it's worth every second. It can all be watched on YouTube. So, you know.
You sound like you got a pretty bad cough there.
Yeah, it was really stuck in my throat, you know.
Hopefully
just
nobody
like,
tries to watch this show on YouTube where it's free to watch. I mean, that'd be just
yeah,
improper.
that shit got stuck in my throat like your hypnotherapist. God damn it. Speaking of YouTube, if anyone else, I don't know how long some of y'all been watching like YouTube content. I feel like YouTube is dying. I really do. Not in the sense that it's going somewhere else. Like, it's definitely still going to be a thing. But, like, I remember back in the day when I really enjoyed the front page of YouTube because it would, like, hey, you like this thing. This thing is kind of similar. Not like it was like, oh, yeah, this is like an 80% match to most of the things this guy tends to look up. No, it was like, here's this random ass thing. You said that was funny. Here's the thing that's kind of funny, and it was completely different, off the wall bullshit, and I loved that. I remember when Vsauce was really new and really fresh and really cool. I remember when Ray William Johnson. I remember when Ray William Johnson would make people famous by pulling their videos to his channel and sharing like the most popular viral videos of every week. I remember when like. I don't know. I just remember when it was all new, and I remember when people were creating like content. I remember like Video Game High School was a whole series, like a whole fucking TV show on here that was fucking great. Now Netflix owns them as far as I know, but I just kind of miss that. I kind of miss back when it felt like YouTube was funny and the content actually made sense. Like Meat Canyon is a perfect example of a content creator that I fucking love. And that's the funny thing. So I don't love watching a lot of Meat Canyon because the shit'll give you nightmares, man. Meat Canyon really does be covering some shit that you should not be covering. But okay, let me put it this way. One of the most prolific YouTubers of all time, literally one of the most prolific YouTubers of all time, is Charlie. If you don't know who Charlie is, like, don't bother raising your hand. I'll just explain it. Charlie is Penguin Zero. Penguin Zero, Moist Critical. He goes by a few different things, but he's known mostly as Charlie. And Charlie looks the same, says the same, talks the same. What most people in this day and age don't know about Charlie is about his original content. Penguin Zero.
The real mighty thirsty.
Real.
Do you can spell?
Well, I can't type.
That's right.
you didn't think about that either, did you, dickhead?
You need a hunt and peck. That's what you need to do.
Fuck off. So 10 years ago, hey Pix, how you doing? 10 years ago, Penguin Zero was not this weird, kind of funny, but mostly kind of weirdly dry humored, nerd dude that he is right now that makes a lot of really great, just like out off the cuff, like words come together in a way. He was a guy that redubbed over old infomercials as comedy. And this is one of his originals.
Forest, research shows that each mighty... Anthony Sullivan here. Whoops-a-daisy, I spilt my beverage. This ordinary sponge just can't handle this type of shit. Go fuck yourself, Sponge. Introducing
yourself,
the mighty
Sponge.
thirsty. It's the super absorbent vacuum block humans have been demanding since the beginning of time. It can hold 8 times the weight of a rhinoceros. Where'd all the liquid go? Right there. Watch me trick this Mighty Thirsty into sipping up my piss. Did you know Mighty Thirsties were not created but instead were found deep within the Amazon rainforest? Research shows that each Mighty Thirsty is made with liquid love and PVA, which stands for pure vagina action. Look, the Mighty Thirsty absorbed all the wiener juice with no spills. Scientists agree that drinking without a mouth will lead to a huge mess, but if you have a thirsty sidekick on standby, it'll just gobble it right up. Look at this. Smooth as ass cheeks.
Smooth as ass
Diarrhea's bitch. Check this little experiment out. Some water over here, some uranium-235 over there, some plutonium to enhance taste, and the Mighty Thirsty does what it does best. It's thirsty, it's mighty, it is fucking thirsty, so it's gonna fucking drink. On the left, you can see me torturing an innocent roll of paper towels, while on the right, you can see that naughty Mighty Thirsty taking a bath. Toothpaste on the windows, no problem. Stand back,
It's
assholes.
still good, dude. It's
Anthony
the
Sullivan's
best.
Special dance moves for this bitch-ass glass. Zoinks.
To this
You
day,
invited
this
me
is
over to
still
your
my
house and I
favorite
poured
version of
soda on your
Penguin
carpet.
Zero.
Ordinarily, you just have to get rid of the entire carpet, maybe even sell the house.
I
but
still
thanks to the
love
Mighty
Charlie.
Thirsty, you can
I just
clean
don't
it.
watch him every day
Ponce
like
de
I did
Leon
when these
searched
videos were
high and low
dropping.
for a Mighty Thirsty.
I just
You
can't.
can actually wash this thirsty son of a bitch in your sink. Got shit stains in your fridge.
I just
We'll
don't
send you
think
2
what he
Mighty
does anymore
Thirsties
is
to wear
nearly as creative.
flip-flops.
He just drama
Got shit stains in
commentaries,
your
and it
car,
hurts
we'll
my
send you 2
feelings.
minis
It's like,
to
dude,
clean
you
your
were actually
titties.
funny at one
Got
point.
shit stains on your desk, it's probably time to get a new job.
Got
Aquaman
shit stains
ejaculate
on
on
your
your
desk,
granite
it's probably
countertop.
time
You
for a
just
new
earned yourself the
job.
Jumbo Mighty Thirsty. For only $20, you can have your own fucking family of Mighty Thirsties. But call right now, and I'll fuck the offer in half. You get the same deal for $10. You save $10. Imagine what you can do with an extra $10. But wait, I'm not done. You thought I was done? You must be shitting. I will double this offer. That's right, you get your own army of Mighty Thirsties for only $10. So if you're fucking tired of the ocean, take this deal. Throw your collection of Mighty Thirsties into the ocean. They'll absorb all of it. Get rid of the ocean entirely. Hold the ocean in your hands.
Hold the ocean
Get
in
thirsty,
your hands.
bitch.
Get thirsty, bitch.
Fucking love
You
it,
know-
dude.
You know another really good one?
The Smart Mop and the Edge of Glory.
I mean, both of
Badlands
those.
Chug Sponges.
No. I was going to refer to How to Basic.
Yeah, so my problem with How to
His old
Basic
stuff.
is weird.
His
How
old
to
stuff.
Basic. The reason is because How to Basic, the original How to Basic is really
No,
important.
so How to
Let me-
Basic
shush,
chocolate
shush,
milkshake.
Let me finish what I'm saying. The original How to Basic was tricky because it actually seemed like it might actually be a real thing. Almost got the Steam Deck, ordered it. And then Steam decided to auto refund and lock my account for fraudulent. Oh my god. Pix, what the fuck? First the movers destroy half your shit and your server. Now Steam is like, hey, I heard you wanted one of our Steam Decks. Fuck you. Steam. You guys don't watch my podcast, but all the same, get your shit right. How to Basic milkshake.
Chocolate milkshake.
Yeah.
Let's see.
How to correctly make a milkshake.
I don't think that's the one. That's not the one.
It's 10 years old. Who cares?
I mean, it all works.
That's 3 gallons.
You switched it over, David.
Did I? Oh, that's funny. What is this? Why? God damn it. Hold on. So this is the original How to Basic.
Yes.
It actually looks like
That's
a
the one. See that this is the one that we got us started. jumps it right out.
Imagine you're trying to find an actual how to make a milkshake. You're gonna be a bit pissed? That is incredibly Canadian of you to only be a bit pissed. I'd be mad as fuck right now. I wouldn't even wait till tomorrow. But yeah, so that's the original How To Basic, right? Short, quick, seemed like they were part of it. Then YouTube changed how their AdSense worked and how their revenue worked. And How To went to doing
How to make egg fried rice.
Doing shit
How to
like
make
this.
Egg fried rice. Place a large wok onto your cooktop. Turn on high heat. Add the following: splash of oil, 1 large diced onion, 3 diced garlic cloves. Stir. 2 diced carrots, 1 diced capsicum, half a cup of sliced spring onion, half a cup of diced bok choy. Stir for 5 minutes. 2
So
tablespoons
far, so good.
of sesame oil, 1/4 cup of soy sauce. Stir.
Why does this one almost
2
seem like
eggs.
it's not going to be annoying?
Stir.
Although he fucked up already. The eggs
2
didn't go in
cups
when they
of
did.
day-old jasmine rice, thoroughly mixed together. Salt, pepper.
There it goes. And now it gets annoying instead of funny.
Stir.
Like I said, it went from being like, okay,
have a
it's a good fucking. Bleh.
Yuck.
Yeah, that's how I felt
Looks like you
too.
added too much onion. Let's start again. Splash of oil. Half a large diced onion. Garlic cloves. Stir. Carrots, capsicum, spring onion, bok choy. Stir.
It's still going,
Sesame oil.
and that's what I'm trying to
Stir.
say. Is this isn't even fun anymore? This
2
is just
eggs.
like
No.
Stir.
it's
Jasmine rice
unnecessary.
mixed together.
So you either have
Salt,
everyone
pepper.
doing the exact same thing.
Stir.
You either have everyone doing the exact same thing,
Let's have a taste.
or you have the extreme. For no reason, it just does this shit.
Perfect. Serve. And enjoy. This egg fried rice only took a couple minutes to make. Try it out for yourself today. Bon appetit.
There is one that was like how to fix your laptop done by him that I thought was actually really good.
You know what
Then
one he did?
to
You know what one he did that I actually liked?
how to accurately pee is another
How
good
to
one.
make a burger. I saw a clip of this that was actually pretty funny. Of course, it was 4 years ago. No wonder I liked it.
Because it's old.
I don't think this one's it. I think it's actually this one.
How to make a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Yeah, it
Making
was
the
this
famous
one.
McDonald's cheeseburger is
This one's actually funny.
incredibly easy. All you need is a few simple ingredients: salt, black pepper, diced onion, ketchup, American mustard, pickles, ground beef, American cheese, and a cheeseburger bun. Step 1. Making the cheeseburger patty. In a large mixing bowl, add 500 grams of ground beef. Add salt and
This one's
ground
actually
black
funny.
pepper.
It's a little
Thoroughly
bit
mixed together.
slowly paced because, again, algorithm issues.
Roll ground beef into a bowl.
YouTube got way too
Place the ground
businessy
beef
and,
onto some baking
fucked
pan.
off a
Using
lot
a
of good,
spatula,
like,
press
simple
down
creativity.
flat until it's about 1 inch thick. Feel free to adjust the thickness to however you prefer. Step 2. Cooking the cheeseburger. Place a large frying pan onto your stovetop over medium heat. Add a splash of oil and heat for 1 minute. Place down your cheeseburger patty. Cook for 60 seconds, then flip. Add butter. Add butter, 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 add oil. Continuously stir for 5 minutes.
How is his house not on fire?
Season with salt. Stir.
Give me the
Once
butter.
the cheeseburger
Agreed.
patty is cooked to your liking, remove from heat. Step 3. Constructing the cheeseburger. Cut your burger bun in half. Place down that patty. Add cracked black pepper, salt, American mustard, ketchup, diced
Here's the
onion,
part that had me rolling.
pickles, pickles, pickles.
This part was funny.
Place down the top bun. Enjoy.
Pickles.
I forgot to add the American cheese. Cut your burger bun in half. Add ground beef. American cheese.
And then it gets annoying
Onion.
again.
Mustard, salt, pepper, pickles, Filet-O-Fish. Mix thoroughly. Egg. Mix with your hands. Place cheeseburger mixture into your shoes. Put on the shoes. Walk around for approximately 5 minutes.
Mikado
Take off
level
the
of
shoes.
ingredients. Yeah.
Scoop out one handful
Yep.
out of each shoe and place it onto the bottom burger bun. Place down that top bun. Perfect! Look how delicious this looks. It looks identical to a McDonald's cheeseburger. Yummy, I cannot wait to tuck into this. Enjoy.
I don't see how it's funny. I don't. It wasn't funny to me.
Oh man.
Like, the part that was funny was pickles. Pickle. That part was actually funny. And then after that, it's like, God, you go to too many extremes. After a while, it just becomes a mess. And
Oh man.
I don't know. He's good. I like Wiseman. I like there's several content creators I really like. I'm just saying that as an overall, I feel like from when I was younger, I feel like there's less overall creativity, which is, in a weird way, that's where I like Meat Canyon. Meat Canyon's shit goes far, but it goes equivalently far. Like, we watched that one the other day with Jesus on the cross being sold for, $30 trillion or whatever. Well, I think in light of what I've learned today, I think a fair price would be, $3 trillion. Like, sucking his teeth. Like, that shit was funny. That shit was funny to me.
$500.
Can you 500?
I still wanted him to say 10 silver. Like, that would have been.
I'm just saying that it was funny because it actually worked. Because it wasn't like trying way too hard. But I think a lot of YouTube now is like, if it's not pure shock, it's just pros playing video games.
Which that's what it's evolved into. It went from like the dry, the simplistic humor of it, and it evolved into prank content, evolved into shock content, and it evolved into all this just weird ass content. And the people that do the basic levels of like basic humor, the algorithm punishes them for doing that.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree. Which is like, what else is really a really constant that I hate is like the amount of repost content. And I know we watch a lot of videos here on the podcast, but like, I post a whole podcast. I post shorts from the podcast on, on TikTok. But like, for the most part, when I do this shit, like, it is dead serious. This is what I do. Like, this is me trying to come up with original content. This is me trying to have a conversation with people. This is me trying to share thoughts and opinions. And like, I'm trying to do something a little bit different here. I'm not trying to do just pure react content, but like, and I'm also trying to be as like apolitical as possible because I just think people are sick of talking about politics all the fucking time. But you see that
we have a good time too.
Huh?
We have a good time. We have plenty of good times too. Like, for example, me making fun of you for trying to finger your the pipe.
Really? By the way, Pix, I don't know if you watched at the beginning of the podcast. I fractured my fucking finger. I literally have a fractured bone in my finger.
This is why you don't finger machines.
I did not finger a machine. A pipe tried to fuck my finger up.
You're right. The machine fingered you.
That's fair. Yeah. So I'm actually on L&I starting tonight, apparently. I found out just a bit ago from the work nurse that I'm not going in when I got this splint. So, there's that. The worst part is, look which finger it is. And no, it's not because I can actively flip people off. It's because that's my right click finger. Life is misery. Life is misery.
But with the different, with Rumble taking off in different alternative forms of video sharing
I want to agree
platforms.
with you. I want to.
Like,
but I still think YouTube is the best. And the reason isn't just because everybody's here. It's because when I go to Rumble, it is not trying to be inclusive either. It's the exact opposite. It is not a mixing pot there at all. YouTube is more of a mixing pot than Rumble in many ways. Rumble really does. And this is somebody that's pretty centrist. When I go to Rumble, I feel like I'm swimming in a sea of red.
Sure. And
I
I
would-
think that should be something that needs to be corrected. But I still think that Rumble, on the face of its policies, serves a better role than YouTube does.
Maybe.
I think YouTube still currently has a monopoly, but as they continue to clamp down and make things tighter and tighter and tighter, eventually something's going to snap, and people are just going to say, "Screw this!
Sure.
I'm going over to
Yeah, sure, I can see that.
I'm going to go over to whatever other platform that may emerge." Because
mean,
as
yes and no,
as
because at the end of the day,
platforms
it's
merge-
about the money. For
Yeah,
a
but
lot of people, it's about the money. Like, I'm fortunate that I can post wherever because I'm not partnered anywhere and I don't give a fuck and I'm just having fun. If this podcast ever takes off, God bless both of us because that's going to be busy. But like, we're just trying to have fun and we're just trying to have meaningful conversation with people that just want to go somewhere and relax and not feel pressured to deal with all the bullshit that everybody else is always piling on. But that's the problem. Like, I want to go to Rumble, but I also don't want to deal with a bunch of fucking like hard right people.
Well, I mean,
Here,
there's
at least
something
it's
to be
like
said.
60-40 on Twitch and on Kick whenever I fucking stream on Kick or whenever I'm dealing with TikTok. TikTok doesn't give a fuck. It doesn't for the most part, unless you're posting something truly obscene, they don't care. And even YouTube, like, if you're not making a purely political podcast, you're probably not going to get hunted. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
like, it's really rare to be that big of a target.
Yeah, Rumble is more for the, I guess, the red pill right wing style content.
And that's exactly my issue with it, is that it's like, okay, but if you're trying to prove that YouTube's bad, you need to also make it something desirable for everybody to come over. And I don't think currently that it's a desirable platform. I actually should be posting on there. I hadn't even considered it. I have a Rumble account already built. So I should be posting on there and I just haven't.
Yeah. It's one of those things where eventually it's going to happen, but we don't know when.
Right.
Right now we're not at the point, but as things become more and more complicated, it's going to turn into that. I think that's kind of what happened with Twitter. Twitter was just on its way downhill. Elon Musk bought it and then changed a bunch of things. And now with him about to, I think the policy he was going to do is he's going to charge
$1
every single user $1
to
for
help
a
with the bots
lifetime
issues.
access. It's going to eliminate all the bots, and it's going to do. It's going to make all the ad revenue that comes from Twitter absolutely phenomenal.
Well, it's
Like,
going to make it make sense.
Well, no, because it's not going to be advertised to a bunch of bots. People aren't going to be spinning their wheels wasting ads on bots.
So
The
I think
ads are
you've
going to go to where it needs to go.
I think you've misunderstood what that actually means. I don't know where you heard that from. I am very in touch with what you're talking about.
Yeah, no, Tim Pool.
Okay. So what it actually means is the value of said advertisements will go up. It doesn't necessarily mean that the pay for people that do things on there is going to go up. Because what that means is Elon is going to be like, hey, my ad space is worth more because my users pay $1 a month. And they're going to be like, what does that mean? Well, you're not advertising to bots because bots wouldn't want to pay $30,000 a month to keep their bots live, to try to scam people. So this is what you actually get going to my service. And I think that's what you really need to have mindset wise, is to understand that what he's doing to get rid of the bots isn't necessarily going to stop all the bots. It's just going to help subdue the majority of bots. And it's going to make the ad space more valuable.
The point is that the advertisements are going to go towards, it's actually going to hit people. It's actually going to be in front of people rather than being in front of bots.
Yes. But the big thing is that Elon is being able to charge more for his ad space. It doesn't directly insinuate that people that create content on X are going to get paid more for that content. But this is not a 1-for-1 situation, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh no, yeah, no, I agree.
He is just trying to create more. He is trying to create more value in X, which will help him fund future projects.
But
whatever
that's off of the back of the. I know you're not trying to make this a political podcast, but how Twitter was just becoming a left wing space, and it was just.
I don't think it ever really was.
It was.
No, it wasn't. Honest to God, it wasn't. It was a few bad players in a big company making it that way. It really is. Because here's the thing. How many people did Elon end up laying off after he took over? Maybe 15, 20%?
It was more like 90.
It wasn't 90. It was not 90. You're exaggerating.
Hang on.
Send me a link if you want to use that as a
Yeah.
thought. No, it was like 15-20% total he laid off from the company. A lot of people that were quote unquote idea people that spent most of their time eating food and doing a whole lot of nothing. So what ended up happening is he laid off all those people, and a lot of those people were the kind of people that were taking advantage of this of Twitter. And then he laid and then out of those
All right.
people, maybe 5% of them were the bad actors that were in charge of a lot of things in pipeline to basically eliminate large accounts that didn't agree with their opinion.
All right. As of April 12th, Elon Musk confirms he has fired over 80% of Twitter staff.
Over 80% of Twitter staff. Okay. I mean,
So,
it's fine.
yeah.
He clearly didn't need them. Minimizing was probably important.
Oh yeah, of course. And now he's not paying them.
I still argue
Yeah.
that not all of them were causing the problems.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that all of them were. But there was certainly a lot of, especially with, I don't know if you actually follow Elon on
Of course, I just don't get on X very often.
But he did release a whole bunch of Twitter files where it showed a definitive, like, actual bias against right-wing accounts, and
Well, yeah.
it was a large controversy.
Well, right, and that's what I'm saying. The issue wasn't the whole of Twitter. The issue was individual bad actors colluding together to make problems for people with differing opinions. And that was the overall arcing issue, is that you had just a few people with way too much influence over the algorithm. Getting rid of those people, now people can post again. Now things exist. Now numbers are being pushed through, and people are being able to like naturally find things on the For You page of it all again. And I think that's the real difference to consider, is it just wasn't like that before. It was never originally supposed to be as separated as it had become.
Yeah. But I think YouTube is heading in that direction. Whether or not it follows the same fate as...
Buddy, YouTube's been that direction for a long time.
Well, I'm saying it's going. We don't know when it's going to...
Oh, no. Okay,
really hit.
Again, that's where I've been on the internet doing content creation and studying this shit a little longer than you. It's been there. It's been there for a while. All you have to do is look at Louder with Crowder. All he's doing is sharing his opinion. Is his opinion a little bit strong some days? Absolutely. It's like the blackest coffee. It really is. But, like, at the end of the day, it's him sharing his opinion on the internet. There's no valid reason to shut his channel down. Ever.
Yeah.
And he's been shut down so many fucking times for just sharing an opinion. I'm sorry, but it's legal to share your opinion. This is a fucking public forum. YouTube is a fucking public forum. Twitch is a fucking public forum. Unless we are doing actual harm to somebody, it is a public forum. And ultimately, you need to stay the fuck out of the public forum's way. The real problem is when you stop people like Crowder from speaking, you actually only make it worse, because now it's publicized news. Now he's mad. Now his audience is mad. Now the people that would like to be watching his show are mad. And all you're doing is drawing more positive attention to him. People actually do things so backwards it's not even funny. Because all they're doing is drawing more and more and more things to his channel. Not really. He's been he's been money independent of YouTube for a long time. He doesn't care.
Really, the only thing at this point that could actually kind of reverse what's going on when it comes to various internet public forum spaces is a reformation of Section 230. But is that going to happen? Probably not. It's not really high up there on the priority list. They'd much rather get into fistfights, which is a veiled reference to what happened today. Speaker McCarthy tried to pick the fist fight with Matt Gaetz, so that was funny.
Really?
Yeah, but I don't really want to get into that. That's yeah. No.
Speaking of
tax dollars at work, people.
Speaking of cock contests and stories, why don't you tell me about your what's your favorite experience so far with the Coney cart?
I've had multiple experiences with drunk people. I've had some really generous customers. I've had women that just like, were leaning into me and just like saying, "All right, I want you to take me out back right now," and just hang out with me. It's like,
No.
I'm not joking. And it's just like, I don't look. That's just no. I can't.
Ain't no way. I agree. Ain't no way. This
Look,
fucking
you
dwarf
don't-
of a human.
I'm not saying you have to believe me, but I'm not lying to you.
Dude, how drunk were they?
They were drunk. There was one chick that like she paid me. Then she's like, "Here, I want you to take my number, but did I actually pay you yet?" And I said, "You did, yeah." And it's like, "But I just want to make sure you get paid. Did I pay you yet?" And it's just like,
Hey, Wiener Man, why don't you take me out back and show me another?
those people are gross. Like it's just it's
Were
like,
any of them physically attractive at minimum?
there was it was like after I was done packing up and everything, there was this black chick that called me over and she's like, "Oh, I want you to breed me." I'm like, I'm sorry. And you know, and she's like, my sister wants you to as well. And I like kind of looked at her and she's like she's pretty cute.
Hold
You know?
on, wait. What
I
I just heard,
I didn't.
what
I
I
didn't.
just heard is you passed on a three-way.
Yes, I did. Because look, I don't know if it's like a honeypot situation, but I had dishes to do, and I got my priorities straight.
I don't think you do.
Anyway,
No.
no, I had my look. I was concerned for my own safety. Like I don't trust anything like that at all. I don't trust that. Anyway, back to the story.
No.
No. Let me finish my story real quick, and then you can criticize me, okay? Anyway, I looked over at her friend who was actually kind of cute. Then she smiled at me, and she was like missing a couple teeth, and I thought, nope, reminds me too much of David. I gotta get out of here.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Giving me shit about my missing tooth. Fuck you. This motherfucker is digging so many graves.
Look, I just look. First of all, I don't do that. Second of all,
She says,
I'm not really.
Sai says you could get a fucking job grave digging.
I probably could. Yeah, no. First of all, I don't do that. Second of all, I'm not really all that into black girls at all.
Don't say that. Come on now.
I'm just saying that's my preference. I don't.
Come on now. You live in Texas. That's like at least a quarter of the population. 90% of that area.
Well, look, I'm not gonna say it on stream. But I just
I was gonna say, don't get my channel banned, bro.
I'm just not into it. And thirdly, that's third reason, that felt like a honeypot situation. It was sketchy as hell. I didn't want to get into it. Fourth, I was tired. I had to go do dishes, and I had to go to bed. I wasn't gonna try to do all I'm not gonna. I don't want my cart stolen again. I have priorities.
You missed out on getting your glizzy glazed.
Yeah, no, I'm okay without that glaze. Like that's probably some sort of meth addict there, and I don't want to deal with it.
Why does my penis tingle? Oh fuck!
Why is it spicy?
Why is it spicy? Oh, you're an asshole. Anyways, so your favorite memory, ass catch 'em, nice.
No, that's just one of the notable stories I've had. Obviously the on my first day when the dude came up and he paid for his food and then immediately put his wife in the truck and then immediately turned back around and handed me $100 bill. That was probably one of my favorite stories. This last weekend I had a guy that bought 8 everything dogs.
Now be careful here. You don't want to find yourself in a weird tax fraud territory. We are a live cast that gets recorded.
I pay taxes on everything.
Okay.
I pay taxes on everything. Look, I'm just saying, dude bought the most expensive 8 of the most expensive dog on the menu. My everything dog is $20. I put everything on it.
8 of $160.
And he said, "Look, it's my birthday. I will buy." It was also my last 8 hot dogs. So he said, "I will buy the last 8 hot dogs. Put everything on it. I will pay you $100 for it." I said, "Sure, fine. I'm good with that." It was
So
my
you
last
didn't-
8 hot dogs of the night.
So you didn't get the most expensive then.
I mean, he paid a discount on the most expensive dogs,
I was gonna say
but
you cut him a hell of a discount, actually.
which I was happy to go home. Like, I was happy to go home 2 hours early.
I would have
So-
gone to his house and drank with him on his birthday. Shit, you're doing business wrong. What if that man ended up being a millionaire?
But I've done business with some with some millionaires. It's great. By done business, I mean they bought hot dogs from me, and they like me. So that's great.
That's what matters. That's what matters. I'm just saying,
No.
you could be like, hey, I could cater your big parties.
We got one guy. One guy. He's always a returning customer. He tells me I gotta change up my chili recipe. Instead of using wolf chili, I should just make my own. Which is
You haven't been?
look. People are into brand recognition. People know what wolf chili tastes like, and that's a comfort thing for them.
Do they know you sell them Costco cheap hot dogs?
Yes,
Okay.
and they're not cheap. They're not cheap. People like it. Look, people like it. If I say I'm selling Heinz ketchup, they're like, cool.
Okay,
They
Heinz
say-
is
if I
a
say
different conversation. But
French's mustard.
I'm saying that you could be serving hate chili with a little
could
less
be.
hate. And the hate chili would do well.
Yes, it would.
Here's a little
But
trick
people
for you. Here's a little trick for you.
people-
If you do the chili, do a mixture of ground pork and beef.
No, the recipe that that was recommended to me. It's a ground beef heart
Sounds
with
amazing.
with cut up hot dogs blended up with it.
Sounds less amazing.
It's apparently because the two most popular hot dog restaurants in the country are both in Detroit, Michigan. One's Lafayette, Coney Island, and the other one's like a hot dogs or something. But they're right next door to each other.
Mm.
And they pretty much have the same chili recipe, but they're different.
I don't know. I'm just saying, if you do it with a little bit of the pork and you do it with the beef as well, then you get
Again,
all that
you're
extra
talking-
flavor profile.
Again, you're talking like I agree with you. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying
The beef heart
that
would
the
also
best-
be good.
What I'm saying is that the best hot dog restaurant in the country sells it like that. That's
Okay, but
what they do. That's how they make it.
Just remember, it's 2 ingredients difference or it's plagiarism.
Oh, I know.
I love the restaurant
And-
industry, guys. That's not a joke. You have to have at least 2 separate ingredients that are not part of the other recipe, or else it's considered restaurant theft. It's called recipe theft. It's actually something you can go to jail for.
Yeah, or there's like different quantities, different.
Nope, not quantities. It's got to be 2 entirely different ingredients. Unless the
it's-
quantities is like so dramatic that it literally doesn't taste the same.
Look,
Like if you dumped a fucking 3 pounds of sugar into your chili, and it no longer tasted like fucking chili.
Look, I'm just saying, creme brulee it's a pretty basic ratio. You can't really get in trouble for
Creme brulee
having
is a
very
pretty
similar.
basic recipe. There's no reason why you would ever get in trouble for that. But I'm talking about a chef's private creation. Like if you tried to serve Gordon Ramsay's beef Wellington in your own 5-star restaurant,
I'd probably just go for a Weef Bellington.
I hate you, first of all. Second of all, you would not get away with it. Gordon would
Yeah, I
come
know.
after you with fucking flamethrowers and shit.
Oh, I know. Yeah, no, but if I was to come up with my own
He
recipe,
would brulee
and
your
it
fucking
happened-
corpse.
I'm just saying, if I came up with my own recipe and it happened to be similar in some respects to it, we wouldn't have anything to say about that.
Legally
No way to
speaking,
prove
it
that.
has to be 2 separate ingredients. Because
So-
it's provable at that point.
Well, I
That's
mean,
the difference.
like I said, well, sure. But yeah,
I feel like
anyway,
you do that
Mafia
to
Mike-
make your arm look bigger.
what this?
There you go.
No, I'm literally like tinkering with something on my desk here.
You said what now? Mafia Mike?
Yeah, he goes by Mafia Mike. He claims to be a member of the Gambino family who was just arrested for racketeering. He also says he ran Goldman Sachs.
Huh. Lunar, are you good? She woke
Is
up
Lu-
and her ears were itching, but her head was under Courtney's fucking gaming chair. So she went like, did the fucking dog head shake thing, and you just hear her ears hitting everything around her.
Just flop, 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 flop,
Yeah,
flop,
that
flop,
sounded
flop.
painful. My ear tips would hurt. Just like another tip of me hurts.
But yeah, no, I've had some people try to pick fights with me at while working the hot dog stand, which no, everybody knows don't pick a fight with a hot dog guy.
Is it because you put your wiener in their face?
Oh no, I rock 3 different glizzies. One's a hot dog, one's my wiener, and the other is a gun.
Yeah, we're not bringing the gun up right now. Maybe
Oh, I
next
know.
week. Maybe next week. Guys, by the way,
Anyway.
Scott will be live and in person coming next Tuesday. He will be out here. We will be shooting a live episode of Fecal Matters in the same room. Dear God, I'm scared. But we will also be going outside and doing some shooting. So you guys will get to have Fecal Matters live with gunfire.
He's gonna be left-handed shooting.
God, I am going to be left-hand shooting. Fuck.
He's gonna have terrible form.
Oh, no,
He's gonna
I shoot really good up to like 30 yards left-handed. But I
He's gonna have
hate
to do
shooting
that, like,
left-handed.
that side form, just like doing this whole thing. This is the microphone, by the
Why
way.
are you making a gangster gun? Fuck off. Get out of my face with that bullshit. A Florida man, by the way, we'll go ahead and move on to the next topic. News in Florida. A Florida man brings child with him during crimes to toughen him up, deputies say. Suspect accused of contributing to the delinquency of a minor in Polk County, Florida. A Florida man brought an 8-year-old with him as he committed a series of crimes because he wanted to toughen him up so the child wouldn't become soft. According to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, deputies said the crime first occurred on November 7th when 36-year-old Ernest McKnight III.
The dad is named Ernest McKnight.
Ernest McKnight III. God bless
All
if
right.
his child is Ernest
Please.
McKnight IV.
I was gonna say, please tell me the child's name is Ernest McKnight IV, because I would love that. I love those. I love those, like, junior, the second, the third, the fourth. I love those names.
I can't even read your fucking comments out loud, Curb. I'm gonna get banned just for reading that shit. What the fuck? Anyways. Stole an idling red Hyundai that was parked alongside State Road 60 and Central Avenue in Lake Wales as the driver was outside the car doing surveying for construction. Fuck out of here. On Thursday, McKnight was caught rummaging through a Chevrolet HHR alongside Country Road 653 as the owner was walking his dog. Records show deputies said McKnight fled the scene in the stolen Hyundai. After 5 hours, McKnight is accused of stealing a package on a front porch. Bro, this dude is literally a criminal, like a fucking professional criminal.
Why do you hate ninjas?
Curb, you
Ninjas
are
awesome.
fucking killing me right now. You and Scott both with the ninja bullshit. Anyways,
Look, what's wrong with ninjas, Kirby?
I know where you're going with this, and both of you need to chill the fuck out. This man literally decided that it was take your kid to work day because he was trying to toughen the kid up. Kid, I'm gonna show you how we get along in this world. Come with daddy, let's go steal a car. This man really said, let's take our kid to work.
What's this fair? Daddy, what's a welfare?
Damn it, no! We're not doing this right now.
That's what keeps us alive.
Daddy, what's your welfare? It's what keeps us alive. I hate it. I am fairly certain I will get banned permanently for showing that video. Which is funny because it is on YouTube. But it's so, God, it's fucked up and it's funny and it's more fucked up than it is funny.
It's great. I love
It's
it.
fucked up, man. Anyways, on our next Florida man news. Florida man steals alligator from a golf course, tries teaching it a lesson by throwing it on the roof of a bar. What? So he just picked up and hucked an alligator? Hold on. A Florida man told
Is that a
police-
video? Wait, is that a
Hold
video
on,
of it?
hold on. No, I doubt it. I doubt it's a video of it happening.
It'd be funny if it was.
Shh, I'm trying to read, bitch. Average Florida man activities? Absolutely. A Florida man told police officers he was teaching it a lesson when he tried to throw a live alligator he had stolen from a miniature golf course. onto the roof of a beachside cocktail lounge, authorities said. What the fuck is wrong with Floridians, man? Is it the heat? Is it the heat that does this to all of them?
Wait, which golf course?
Daytona Beach shores. Police officer. The officers then saw the man hit it against the audience, throw it on the ground and stomp it twice. What the fuck?
The Mario throw. I just imagined him just like holding the tail.
So long, Bowser. Oh my god. This motherfucker really thought he was on. This motherfucker was on shrooms and thought he had taken a fucking power up fucking flower.
Oh man, that's great. I love it.
Oh my god. I think I just found your dream husband, Sai. A man that'll take on an alligator just for looking at it wrong. And our last today in Florida. Florida man hides in chest, uses whiteboard in attempt to evade arrest. Johnny Yates does not live here. The sheriff's office said at about 2:45 Saturday, deputies went looking for Johnny Yates, 41, at a home in Lakeland, only to be greeted by a whiteboard with the message, Johnny Yates does not live here. Seems legit, right? Well, the deputies didn't think so. Gee, a dry erase board never lied to us before. Should we believe it? The sheriff's officer released later as a joke. The deputies used a loudspeaker to command Yates to leave the home, but after about an hour, they used smoke to get the occupants out. The sheriff's officer said the surrender smoke forced several people outside, but not Yates. After still getting... You gotta wonder how many other actual criminals were living with him. Just a thought. You've been to a mini golf course with the gators on it? Nice. It could have been. It
might have just been his family.
Yeah, it might have been just his family. After still getting no response, they used canines to look for him. And he was in a modified chest drawer. Chest of drawers. What the fuck? Is you always have to be open to the possibility that people are going to lie to you, no matter how sweet and innocent they seem. Scott, I think I could hide you in a freezer chest to avoid the police. What do you think? At least the seal on it would help keep your smell inside, right?
Probably, yeah.
Just saying, that's a way to kind of slow things down.
I don't know, like, if it was in my house, the dogs would be torn 50-50. They'd probably either go to my work fridge because that's where the hot dogs are, or they'd come to the freezer because I smell like hot dogs.
I don't know. I feel like they get better treats than your hot dogs for doing their job correctly. Those dogs live pretty lavishly. They're well treated. They're well taken care of.
But they never turn down a quarter-pound beef frank, though. It's just how it is.
So, Scott, the last thing today that I want to go over with you is where you would want to travel and why.
So, first destination that I would love, where I want to go, just because I planned the vacation for it and it never happened because the person I was going to go see backed out. Is the Czech Republic. It's gorgeous architecture everywhere.
I just think you're going there to look for women.
No, I was there to go spend time with a specific woman.
Okay, but hear me out.
Anyway,
you could just go there and get you a green card wife.
I could. I very well could.
You could just do the passport bro thing.
I could.
You're
I
single
could go to the
as
Philippines.
Fuck. This is a good plan.
Look, if I wanted to like liquidate everything, I could live in the Philippines for the rest
I didn't
of
say
life.
you had to live there. You just bring a bitch back.
I mean, either way, whichever works.
Just saying, there's a lot of wifey material out that way, bro.
I know.
They probably even do the dishes. If you make the food for the cart.
Look, you know, we have a mutual acquaintance. I'm not going to say her name on stream, but her family, whenever they make Laotian food, phenomenal. I love it.
Mm-hmm. I've eaten
Laotian
plenty of
food
good Laotian
incredible.
food. I work with a lot of them at Lamb.
So, but yeah, no, I absolutely love like some really good homemade Asian food, especially when it's the families themselves that are making it, like where they're from the place. Like they make it the best.
I don't know how you handle Laotian food. You have kind of a bitch tongue.
What are you talking about, bitch tongue? I have shitty taste in a lot of things.
That's not what I
but
said.
I have a what as far as spice goes? Is that
Yeah,
what
if
you're
it has
saying?
a capsaicin level of over 100, you kind of turn into a little bitch.
Look, I have habanero salsa in the fridge right now that I made myself that I dip it into.
Dip into?
Yes, I got chips and dip.
Bro, I lather in that shit. And then lick my fingers. Like, don't even fucking try me. You've had
And
my
this-
spicy food, and you're like, it tastes good, but it hurts.
Yeah, it does. But there's also a difference between Asian spice and Mexican spice. There is a difference.
Yeah,
There is
their
a
spice
difference.
is hotter.
For you, maybe. For
no,
me, it's
fuck
not
you,
as much.
Laotians? Bird's eye chilies? Are you serious?
Anyway,
Don't fucking ignore me when I'm talking to you,
I am ignoring you.
son of a bitch. Laotians use bird's eye chilies a lot. It's one of my favorite sauces. Is from work? Is they bring these bird's eye chilies, and then they take and they cook them down with a little bit of fish sauce and soy sauce, and that's it. And they blend it up, and oh my god, it is the best. I put it on their sticky rice all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, bro. And it
Yeah,
was
no,
so funny the first time I did it because the Laotian dude looked at me. It's like when it comes to spice, your stomach run a fade. Oof, yeah. No, that's some people, not me. But no, it's really funny. The first time I was there, right, and one of the Laotians that I'm friends with now, his name's Lusai. He handed me a ball of sticky rice, and I was like, "Is that hot sauce?" He says, "Yeah, it's very spicy." I was like, "Can I have some?" He's like, "Oh, sure, be careful. It's very spicy." Man, when I tell you I grabbed a spoon and I like fucking layered that shit onto my rice ball and then just started eating it, his face went fucking solid white. His face went fucking solid white. He's Laotian. There's no white in that face. He found it. He found it somewhere in the depths of himself to go that fucking ivory for a few seconds. And he said, "Are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I love spicy shit." He's like, "I expect that from the Mexicans, but not from the white boy." And I was like, "Bro, that's so racist." Funny, but it's racist.
Fun story about wasabi for Kirby here. I was
Hate
working
wasabi.
I was working at Sundance Mountain Resort, and I was in the process of making wasabi cream cheese for a salmon flatbread.
Okay, that sounds
Um,
good.
Yeah. So it's like you have the flatbread, cream cheese, salmon, other garnishes. I had a big old like pint tub of the wasabi, and I put it down on the prep table. Said, "Hey, who wants to try my pistachio pudding?" And of course, everyone laughed because they knew it wasn't pistachio pudding.
No, somebody did it.
And then I said, "Just kidding. Don't actually eat it." You know, even though everyone knew it was not pistachio, I still said it. Don't eat it. It's not pistachio.
Right.
Someone didn't hear me say it's not pistachio.
Oh, fuck.
So they grabbed a spoonful of it.
Oh, fuck. So here's my thing with wasabi. Here's why I don't like wasabi. I don't know if it's just a thing in my taste buds, very specific to me. Kind of like people with cilantro tasting like soap. I don't, yeah, rest in ashes, exactly. I don't necessarily love wasabi. And the reason is, wasabi tastes like acid on my face.
Is it the wasabi that you get here?
No, I've had
then-
good fresh wasabi, and it's better, but it's not better enough. I've had fresh like shark skin and
Okay.
ground wasabi that was really nice, but I don't know if it's just something wrong with my face in particular in this case, but legitimately was like acid on my tongue. It burned my nostrils in a way that was completely unenjoyable. It made me like, yeah, it wasn't, I don't know, I don't like wasabi, which is funny.
Yeah.
Because you can hand me a habanero pepper and I will bite the fucking thing, chew it up, and swallow it.
Well, it's way different.
I'm
It
fine.
is
I'm
so
fine with
different.
the habanero, but the wasabi makes me unpleasantly unsettled. So it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Rest. I like that one. Rest in ashes. That's a new favorite. That's a new
But-
favorite.
Anyway, back to the Czech Republic.
Yes. You
Gorgeous
want to go there to
architecture.
check out some women?
I get it.
Ah! Da-da-da-da, fuck my asshole. Anyways,
Also, it's $500 round trip for plane tickets. It's
Yeah.
also like for a really nice hotel, like amazing hotel. It's $100 a night. It is like really good lodging. they got this thing there called a pork knuckle I want to try. It's basically this just gigantic hunk of meat on the bone, and I just would love to have it. They got a sex toy. They have the largest sex toy museum in
Wait,
the
is
world.
that in the Czech?
Yes, that's in Prague. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
That would be cool.
That'd be something interesting to check out.
Imagine the Hall of Moby Huge.
Yep. Why is that a thing?
Because
Look,
things are interesting that way. Like realistically, you live to do 3 things: eat, sleep, and breed. That's humanity just listed as a nutshell. Eat, sleep, breed. Anything that assists in that process is generally more interesting than most things. I'm sorry, but that's just facts.
But yeah, no, it's just there's a lot of really good walking. There's a lot of like phenomenal architecture, a lot of really good museums, a lot of really cool chapels I would love to check out. And I just imagine it would be a phenomenal experience from start to finish.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then of course the other place that I would love to go, just because every weeb's dream is to go there, is Japan. Go to a traditional onsen. Go to, like, honestly, I want to go out to the country and check out the various country spots and go out to Okinawa. Go get some like good ramen. Go get some legit sushi. If I can make my way into one of the private parties where it's by invite only,
Go to the
and
Kirby
usually
Cafe if you do. Yeah, I agree.
yeah, usually gaijin aren't invited. And by gaijin, I mean outsiders, or foreigners.
Yeah, because the Japanese are extremely racist.
They are.
Like, that's not even a joke, guys. They're extremely racist.
But if you get sponsored to go by somebody, they'll let you in anyway.
Yeah.
So, but I do know some people over there that if I did go, they'd
Taking
give me a
from
good
you
tour.
a half breed, nice.
So yeah, so they'd give me give me a good show me a good time out there if I did go out to Japan, because I know some people out there.
That'd be cool. I'd like to go there someday too. I think it's just a money game for that, though, to be honest. It is about as expensive to go to Japan as it is to just live in America.
Round trip tickets for Japan, depending on when you buy them, it's like $800 for a round trip ticket.
Okay, that's just a ticket. We're not talking about hotel stay, which is going to be damn near twice that for a week. We're not talking about
you'd probably want to be there for at
in
least
advance.
3 weeks.
We're not talking about the fact that you only are really, technically speaking, if you do not speak Japanese and you're a gaijin, like you mentioned, you're not allowed realistically, you're not allowed to go do any of the normal stuff that normal people do at the normally priced rates. You're kind of forced to go to the tourist side of Tokyo and wherever you're at to eat at the tourist places that are designated for tourists.
Yeah.
And that's never cheap. They intentionally hike up the price there to make more money off of you. So when you look at it from that point of view, it really does become a money game, and really, really fast, because you're going to spend twice as much.
Well, I mean, if you know who to talk to, which is why I'm glad I have a friend over there.
Yeah.
You could actually stay for relatively cheap compared to the tourist traps.
Right.
So if when I do, because I am going to go, I'm wanting to go sometime next year. I don't know when, but sometime next year. I'm going to go over there for about 3 weeks, and it's going to be a phenomenal time.
That'd be cool. Maybe I'll have enough money. I probably won't, though. Just
do you want to go to Vegas for your birthday?
If I go to Vegas with you again, my wife might actually follow us down there and kill us both.
Does Courtney want to come with us?
Courtney would very much like to go to Vegas this next time around we go. Yes.
We can just ditch her at Thunder Down Under or something. Well, and then
I was going to take her this last year, but then we ended up being just so fucking broke all year with all the downtimes and shit. I was just hemorrhaging money all over the place. So it's just been a fucking way. Not to mention inflation took off this year in a way that just hurt me so bad. I couldn't afford fuel for shit. I drive a WRX, man. I have to fuel on premium. It's not cheap.
Yeah. And well, I as the prices started coming down for the wintertime for you guys.
Fuck, a little bit. I think my premium went from 520 to like 470. So it was like a 50-cent decrease, but still like
Yeah,
shit's
yeah,
still
because
expensive.
we went well for because I use unleaded because I don't have a WRX.
Yeah, dick.
Um, we went from 330. I think now we're down to 250 right now.
Eat ass.
So,
Eat ass.
but we'll see what happens because
Yeah.
I imagine during the elections during like next year, there's going to be intentional efforts to try to lower the tax rates. That could call that a conspiracy theory, but that's
It's
going to
not a
be a thing.
conspiracy theory. It's not a
It's
conspiracy theory.
it's just an effort to try to like make things favorable for whoever it
Any
is you're going to vote for.
any American that hasn't come to understand that the government is not on our side and they're not our people is being willfully ignorant of it. This isn't me being political. This is 100% societal. People are so ignorant of the reality. We have the oldest average age in government that has ever happened in this country. That is not an insignificant statistic. These are people that still existed when racism was normal. I want you to really think about what I just said. These are people that existed before they outlawed black and white bathrooms.
Yep.
They're that old. They're that out of touch. They do not know what it's like to be under 50 at this point in time. I mean, I want to point out, I feel like I'm getting old at 34. I really do. I definitely am not moving as good. I'm put on a little bit of extra body fat and body weight, right? Wholeheartedly, the government doesn't exist. It's just it's not even a meritocracy anymore. You are just enthralled to whatever the wealthy congressman says you're going to do.
Which we need term limits and we need various reforms, but
We need term
Congress
limits.
will never.
We need term limits. We need income reduction so that it's not so appealing to stay in fucking office for your entire life. It should be something that I want to do good things for my country and my people. Because you know what? You want to know what the most, from a technical respect, the most similar government job you can hold is to being in Congress? The military. Guess one gets paid. Guess which one gets paid and which one doesn't. Government makes so much money off of kickbacks, off of knowing how the market's going to shift and buying stocks and selling stocks when they're up and fuck it. They just know. They have too much overview. They have too much oversight. They literally have business oversight committees that track how businesses are doing, and then they use that information to build their own wealth. It's crazy. Actually wild. And when you look at it from that point of view, you kind of have to sit back and really wonder why it's a thing. Like, why is this okay? Why is it okay that this country has basically fallen into the hands of a handful of people? We're a country of 3 billion? 3 billion? Is that right?
No.
1.8?
350 million people.
In this country?
Yes.
Why did I get 3 billion? Where did I get 3 billion from?
I don't know where you got 3 billion from, but that we're not getting close to half the population of the world, David.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, the point is we're a country of millions of people. Millions and millions and millions of people being governed by a couple hundred. I don't understand why. And they're not not when I say governed, I don't necessarily mean governed like they're kind of helping set rules. No, they're making all of them with or without our opinion or vote. And there's nothing we can do because they tell us this is who you get to vote for. This is our idea of who you should vote for. This is who you get to vote for. We tell you who's going on the ballot this year, and you decide if you want to vote for that person. That's crazy to me. It didn't used to be that way. And it should go back to the way it was. But I don't know. I'm gonna get wildly out of touch real quick with my own audience if I fucking keep down this path. Because again, I honestly, most people would say that what I just said was political. You're heading out. All right. See you, Curb. Most people would say that what I just said was political, but the reality is it's not political at all. It's societal. It's a societal thing. We have a societal issue where we have let government take over our entire lives. And that was never the point. Guys, I know time is money. I appreciate that you spent yours with me, and I hope the Coney Corner friend over here would agree this has been a pretty solid podcast. I've had a lot of fun. Legend of Zelda coming out is going to be fucking fantastic. I can't wait to see what they end up doing with that movie. Guys, make sure you follow me on YouTube and on TikTok where I post this podcast in its entirety. If you like what you see here, you want to help the channel out, please comment, subscribe, share. Get people looking at the videos, get people looking at the TikToks, and maybe I can get more things going for us. But anyways, thank you again. I appreciate y'all. And I hope you guys have a great week.